Alright. Hi y'all. Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to tune this bad boy right here. Car is now on a level 1 Z1 stage tune. What the fuck? A Z1 level 1 tune. A Z1 level 1 tune. There we go. So basically it's all optimized for the stock engine components. As you can see, if I come around here and open up the hood, car's completely stock underneath, no air intakes, no anything. The tune's optimized for the car to be completely stock, or if you have aftermarket 2.5-inch air intakes, or some type of exhaust combination. So this car, as it sits right now, is bone stock, engine wise. The only thing, there might be a resonator delete. I kind of bought the car how loud it is right now, so in the exhaust clips you'll see. But this tune's supposed to basically get rid of the rev cap. So the rev cap's gone, the speed limiter's gone. I have mild burbles, and from me driving it, the car feels torquier, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm just tweaking, but it feels torquier, and I don't know if it really makes that much more horsepower. But night and day difference, 100% night and day difference. The car pulls a lot harder than it used to. So I'm gonna show you guys how I flashed it, and yeah. Let's see. Alright, welcome to the Z1 Motorsport page. Like I said, go down, select your model. For me, I'll be a 2015 Q60. Level 1 and level 2 are only if you have a complete exhaust or a 3-inch air intakes or E85 injectors or decks or the injectors. Once you buy the tune, you're going to go scroll down. Here's all the stuff that's on the tune. I'll pause it right there so you guys can read that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, tunes only optimized for completely stock vehicles or any combination of aftermarket exhaust system, plenum, or 2.5-inch air intakes. It should improve the shifting performance only for the automatics. So if you don't have a good driver mod, then you're cooked. Improve throttle response, obviously. The red line is now 7,800 instead of the stock 7,500. I'm pretty sure. And yeah. So once you bought the tune, there should be email telling you to fill out the form. So we're gonna go level 1 tune form. Gonna go ahead and put the name that I used in for my order. So Bill, or instead of Bill, we can go John Pork. And after that, it's gonna ask you to put in your email address. Alright, and then the 7-digit order number should be on the email that you received from Z1. After you put in your order date and the year your car was made and the model, it's going to come down and ask you what transmission type you have, manual or automatic. Then it'll show you the mods needed to go level 2. As you scroll down, there's the level 1 air intake options. There's a few of them stock. I know there's a AEM engine, still in SC, top speed. And it's going to ask you for any other modifications. And as you can see, there's 2 different burble settings, no burble and then mild burble. Alrighty, once you do that, you're going to want to go into your app store. Go ahead and type in ECU Tech. The ECU Connect app should pop up, and you're going to want to go ahead and download that. Once you install the app, it's going to ask you to make an ECU Tech account. Then on your screen, it's probably going to ask you for what model dongle you have. There should be 2 options. I'm pretty sure mine was the second option. It just doesn't show on my screen because I already tuned my car. After that, if you go into your email, there should be a form telling you how to load the tune on to your car from Z1. Once you get past that part, it's going to tell you go ahead and turn the ignition on. Don't turn the car on. It's going to tell you there's a pairing process, and then you select the pin for that car. Once you do that, you're going to want to go ahead and click on My Car, and go to Program ECU. After you do that, you're going to hit Send Vehicle Info to Tuner, which is Z1 Motorsports. This is going to require the make and model and the VIN number of the car and the engine. After that, that should send all the info needed for the tune to Z1, and then they'll send you back with a ROM file and your ECU Tech Cloud account. Once the file is uploaded, Z1 should have emailed you telling you it was uploaded. Once you do that, you can go ahead and hit Program ECU. Then you want to go ahead and hit Engine and select on the tune file. After that, you should be brought to this screen. You should have your ignition on, the engine isn't running. Your handbrake, or for the automatic models, the emergency brake should be engaged. All doors are closed. I rolled up my windows just to play safe. Interior lights and headlights are off. AC and the fans are off. The car battery isn't low. And just to play it safe, I turned my radio off. I don't know if that really made a difference or not, but just to play it safe, I would turn it off. First, it's going to run you through a communication test just to make sure everything's good. After that, then you can go ahead and flash the tune onto the car. Make sure you don't exit the app when you're flashing your car. And just like that, the new file should be on the car. So like I said, I have mild burbles. So the burbles actually don't kick in until about above 4,000 RPM. Red line, it'll pop a little bit. And it doesn't really like the burble when parked, I've realized. Maybe this is my car, I'm not sure. But if you run it about up to $6,000, which is kind of like an eye, I don't like driving that high, but if you run it about $6,000 and then let off and let it drop down between like 5 to like 4,500 RPM, it would do like a little burble. But let's see. So actually, to cut the burbles on and off on the Q60s, on the 370s, you should have a little gauge pod. I don't know what gauge pod it is for you guys, but it'll fluctuate between 140 and 180. And depending on your setting, I know my setting, my very first setting is no burbles. So it'll be 140. You can also view this through the EduTech app. But it'll be 140, and then for the burbles, it'll be 180. So for all the Infinity people, so the Q60s, or the Q60s from like 14 to 15, and then G37S, what you're going to do to activate the burbles, come over here. It'll be the cruise control button. How mine is set up, down is to cut the burbles off. You hold it for 3 seconds, it'll cut off. And then up is to cut it on. So the rear of the car to like $4,000. See? Rev cap's gone, as you can see. Now if I hold up on this for 3 seconds, you should see it visually change in your EduTech app or in the gauge from 140 to 180. And then see what I mean about the pops not being there when you're parked and revving the car? Now if you hit the red line, and then just the burbles. So the tune usually comes in about like, they're really fast with it. Honestly, I sent the vehicle info off to Z1 and they got back to me within like 20 minutes. So it wasn't really that bad. I will say before you flash the car though, make sure your car or your phone's above 20%, because I was in a rush and I was trying to do it and my phone was below 20% and it wouldn't even let me flash it. Able to go ahead, really easy process. I don't know how much longer this thing is gonna stay stock, but I want it to be louder. I don't know what's done to the car now. I want it to be just a smidge louder. I don't want it to be like a infamous trumpet. The tone it has right now sounds really good. It's just like the car sounds like really fucking constipated. So yeah, that's probably to do something with air intakes too. But it's between air intakes and coilovers for this car. Also, I need tint, and I keep saying I need tint. Like this side of my car right here has some type of tint, but I took the rear tint off. And if you look back there in my back, like quarter area right there, tint is like peeling off. So, I'll roll into it for y'all. Alright. See if I can get it to the purple. So, whole purpose of me buying my tune before I got any parts on it is because my theory was I realized that either way, when I go up and I am there in the air intakes, that I figured, correct me if I'm wrong, I was going to need to reflash. So, injectors, air intakes, the headers I feel like I can get away with, but anything else I felt like I was going to need another tune. So, basically, I bought the ECU Tech tune from G1, and then when I bought the tune, I just flashed it onto the car, and the whole reason of me doing that is because I didn't want to buy parts and just stock up on parts, and have them just laying around the garage, and then me not be able to install them, because if I install them, then the car's going to run like shit. I think, next thing for this car, 100%, is probably going to be coilovers. I really need to get, it's either coilovers or lowering springs, because I'm tired of really being this height. My old car, my SC300, which nobody, if you're a subscriber to this channel, nobody knows what the fuck that car is. But I used to have a red SC300, and that was on soft suspension. Granted, that suspension may have been shot, but that car sat way lower than this. So, really, it's just the front I want to be dropped on this car, but I don't know, man. It's just a lot. I gotta get the car tinted too. I actually have like a little chip on my like A-pillar from something that happened that was very inconvenient. I'll show you guys when I get back to the house. I need my front bumper repainted because a rock chipped the fuck out of my front bumper. So that needs to get done. I gotta repaint my badge, but I've been holding on to repainting my front badge because I want to get a carbon mesh grill for it. So I'm just gonna buy a new emblem when I get that, and that's really what I've been holding off on. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot, and yeah. I just bought a pistol, it got 30 rounds.